What's up YouTube, it's Sean here and I am back today to give you guys a review of the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Escargot. So this is a Nike SB fall release which has been trickling into shops throughout the past few weeks. Nicknamed the Escargot colorway after the famous snail dish, these retail for a price of $125 US or $165 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is sesame, metallic silver, pear, fur, sail, and light British tan. And some people in the community are calling this the Shrek SB Dunks, as it definitely shares some similarities from a colorway perspective to the famous DreamWorks character. And like a lot of Nike SB Dunk releases these days, this pair has been sitting in skate shops in pretty much most sizes other than some of the larger sizes, which is a great thing to see for Nike SB Dunk collectors. So jumping into the details of this shoe, the base layer of the sneaker is constructed out of a green colored textile, which almost has a feel of canvas to the touch. So this is done in this bright green color, and it's inspired by the butter garlic sauce of Escargot. Meanwhile, surrounding the front toe cap, we have this textured leather which feels like suede to the touch, and this I'm guessing is inspired by the actual shells of the snails. So the same textured leather covers the eyelets of the sneaker, and then beneath this we have more of that green colored textile, but then stitched on top of this, we have a metallic silver leather swoosh, which is inspired by the silverware or the serving plates that the Escargot is presented in. Moving downwards, we have more of that beige colored textured leather. This covers the bottom of the heel as well, whereas on the top of the heel, we have another layer of silver colored leather, but it has this floral pattern to it around the bottom, inspired by the designs of dinnerware, and we have Nike branding embroidered across in green. For the laces, so to my surprise, this pair only comes with one lace option. I don't know if my pair was just missing the extra lace, but my pair only came with this one, which is an oval shaped lace done in more of a brownish tone, but they do have these metallic silver lace tips, which gives it more of a premium feel. Underneath this, we have your signature padded Nike SB Dunk tongue. This is also done in that same green color, and then on the top of the tongue, we have this tag in darker green with Nike SB branding. The interior of the shoe is lined in what feels like a synthetic suede-like material, so it feels very soft to the touch. And then this being a Nike SB Dunk Low Pro model, we have additional padding around the back Achilles area of the sneaker. And then for the insoles, these come with a foam padded insole, and you'll see on the heel, we have a graphic of dinnerware with Nike SB branding in the center. This being a Nike SB release, of course we have a Zoom Air unit attached to the bottom of the heel, and this helps with impact protection and shock absorption. And then going back to the upper of the shoe, this sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which is done in the sail color with hits of speckling found throughout. And then for the outsole, this is constructed out of a dark brown colored rubber, and again, we have this speckling found throughout, so I suspect this is a recycled rubber. But otherwise it remains the same, so we have a circular pivot point on the forefoot and this exposed wedge of foam right in the center with Nike SB branding. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other Nike SB Dunk Low, so I personally prefer to go up half a size. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I usually or almost always go with a 10.5 in Nike SB Dunk Lows. So that's what I got for this pair. It fits me fine. They're still a little bit on the snug side, but not uncomfortably so. So for me, there's no way that I would go true to size in this pair, but that's just my personal preference. So whatever size you normally wear for Nike SB Dunk Lows, I'd go with that same size for this pair, and it should fit you fine. And if you've never worn a Nike SB Dunk before, I'd say that if you have a narrow or a normal width foot, some people like to go true to size, but if you have a normal to wide foot or a very wide foot, then you'd probably be better off going up that half size. Moving on to the comfort, so unfortunately Nike SB Dunk Lows, especially recent versions, are just not that comfortable. They're meant to be a performance skateboarding shoe, so it feels very stable and low to the ground, but there's not too much from a softness and cushioning standpoint. Even though there is Zoom Air underneath the heel of the insole, you really can't feel it that much for casual use. So rocking these casually, they're pretty stiff, and it's not a shoe that I want to wear if I'm going to be on my feet for like 10 hours a day, or if I'm going to be walking around in a big city or at Disney World, for example. I personally leave my SB Dunks at home. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality I thought was pretty solid. So we have a nice mix of textiles and genuine leathers on this shoe, and I love the material variety on this pair, and this is something that Nike SB Dunks are usually known for. it's rare that they give us really plastic-like leather, unlike the Nike sportswear Dunk counterparts. So the materials on the shoe I have no problems with, but the build of the shoe I thought was a little bit lacking. So I had some issues with some glue stains around the toe box area, and the stitch job along the upper wasn't the best either. It definitely could have been better done, but for a general release Nike SB Dunk Low, I just probably got unlucky with this pair, and it seems to be kind of like a hit or miss thing when it comes to these GRs. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a pretty unique colorway of the Nike SB Dunk. It's not necessarily one that I'd say is a must cop, and it's not something I can see myself wearing that often, but I appreciate the uniqueness of the theming, and I appreciate the unique materials that they use on the shoe as well. And I know a lot of sizes of this shoe are still sitting on a lot of websites right now, so it seems to be a consensus that this is more of a on sale sort of pickup, as opposed to a straight up retail pickup, which I can totally understand why. But I have to say, I've seen some people swap out these brown laces for a white pair instead, and it definitely makes it more of a wearable sneaker. So if you're picking these up and you're kind of on the fence, maybe try swapping the laces and see how you feel once that's done. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at Escargot8, check me out on X at Sean.go_spoutout, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.